laid rubber bearings, LRB, mechanics modeling, and seismic isolation design. Seismic isolation using laid rubber bearings represents a fundamental paradigm shift from conventional force based capacity design to displacement controlled response control. Modern structural engineering relies on decoupling the superstructure from ground motion to limit force transmission rather than increasing member ductilities to absorb inertial energy. In this schematic, the seismic load path transfers kinetic energy from the reinforced concrete pier through the elastomeric core and steel shims, directly concentrating lateral displacement demand into the central lead core. By controlling energy dissipation through elastomeric lateral shear flexibility and mechanical plastic deformation, LRBs mitigate shear and moment accumulation across structural elements. The dynamics of decoupling, fundamental period shift. The core dynamic mechanism behind base isolation is the fundamental period shift. Conventional fixed support structures typically operate in the short period, resonance prone region of the response spectrum, where acceleration response spectra peak. Integrating an LRB lengthens the structural fundamental period from a stiff range around zero point 0.6 seconds out to an isolated period near 3 seconds. This period shift shifts the structural response down the spectral acceleration capacity curve, achieving a 40% to 70% reduction in base shear demand, a 30% to 60% reduction in pier overturning moment, and up to an 80% reduction in deck acceleration. Component anatomy and material specifications. The composite structural efficiency of an LRB depends on exact component material specifications and geometries. The outer end plates, typically 25 millimeter to over 100 millimeter thick, facilitate mechanical anchoring, dowel engagement, and shear key load transfers, alternating natural rubber layers ranging from 4 to 12 millimeter thick with a shear modulus between zero point 0.4 and 1.2 megapascal. Provide prescribed horizontal flexibility and elastic centering. Interleaved steel reinforcing shims 2 to 5 millimeter thick enforce lateral confinement to prevent rubber bulging under compression while offering negligible bending resistance. At the center, a 99.99% pure lead plug, 80 to 250 millimeter diameter, undergoes cyclic plastic shear deformation to yield stable hysteretic damping. The tripart independent mechanism. The operational physics of an LRB relies on three distinct structural actions working simultaneously. First, high vertical compression stiffness is governed by a shear factor between 10 and 25, yielding vertical natural frequencies above 20 Hz to prevent vertical acceleration amplification while constraining surface deflection to 3 to 5 millimeter. Second, low shear stiffness defined by effective horizontal stiffness K equals GA over HR permits large relative horizontal bridge displacement ranging from plus minus 300 millimeter to plus minus 600 millimeter, and up to plus minus 800 millimeter in extreme cases. Third, hysteretic energy dissipation occurs internally via cyclic shear yielding of the central lead core, eliminating the need for external damper assemblies. Energy dissipation via dynamic recrystallization. At the material micro level, energy dissipation in the lead plug is governed by dynamic recrystallization, possessing an extremely low yield shear stress of 8 to 12 MPa. Lead undergoes plastic yielding under moderate cyclic lateral displacement. Mechanical kinetic energy converted during shear loading is dissipated internally as thermal energy. Because the crystal structure of lead dynamically recrystallizes at ambient temperature during the unloading phase, the lead core recovers its initial grain geometry without exhibiting low cycle fatigue or permanent structural degradation. Furthermore, unlike velocity-dependent viscous dampers, lead hysteretic response is rate-independent across standard earthquake frequency bands, providing consistent energy dissipation under variable ground motions. Bilinear mechanical model. For nonlinear structural analysis, an LRB is modeled using a bilinear hysteretic relationship defined by initial elastic stiffness K1, post-yield stiffness K2, and characteristic strength QD. The horizontal shear force equation follows F equals QD plus K2. The enclosed K2 multiplied by D, the enclosed amber area of the hysteresis loop represents energy dissipation per cycle, providing equivalent viscous damping ratios between 15 and 35%. This is a substantial performance increase compared to the 2 to 5% intrinsic damping found in conventional elastomeric bearing, allowing engineers to effectively limit transient isolated displacement under design level events. Governing design parameter Eurocode 8 ASC 7. LRB design strictly adheres to major international codes through three core parameter sets. Target dynamics focus on matching the required isolation period, target equivalent damping, and characteristic field strength QD. Kinematics and shear strength demands are evaluated under design basis earthquake DBE and maximum considered earthquake MCE hazards, limiting total shear strengths to typical allowable limits of 125 to 250%, validated up to 350% during destructive qualification test. Finally, vertical load capacity and geometry are governed by vertical surface loads and the bearing shape factor S, defined as the ratio of the loaded area to the free perimeter bulging area. Global constraints and buckling stability. Base isolation design is fundamentally constrained by total lateral displacement demand rather than force capacity alone, requiring adequate physical seismic clearance. A critical performance check is dynamic buckling stability under combined lateral shear and high vertical compression. As lateral displacement increases, the effective horizontal overlap area between top and bottom plates decreases, which significantly reduces the critical buckling load capacity. Structural stability is heavily dependent on the applied axial load, bearing diameter, total rubber thickness, and shape factor. Additionally, geotechnical site conditions must be evaluated, as ultra-long period ground motions in soft soil can generate displacement demands that exceed isolator capacity limits. System reliability and capacity design principles. Under extreme overload, isolation systems exhibit various failure modes across bearing and substructure interface. Critical bearing failure modes include rubber bearing, lead extrusion, steel sheen building, elastomer debonding, dynamic instability, and anchor bolt shear failure. In practical design, anchor bolt capacity often governs global limits. Standard capacity design mandates that supporting substructure components such as concrete piers and abutments remain fully elastic and stronger than the maximum structural shear capacity transferred by the bearings at maximum displacement. The design philosophy requires the LRB to yield and deform plastically while the pier and foundation remain structurally undamaged. Protective rubber compounds ensure a verified field service life exceeding 60 years. Manufacturing precision and qualification testing. High reliability in LRB fabrication requires strict quality control across every step of the run. Steel sheens undergo surface degreasing and shot blasting before rubber lamination. The assembly is then vulcanized under high pressure greater than 10 megapascal and temperature around 150 degrees centigrade to establish chemical bonding between the elastomer and the steel. Pure lead coats are subsequently inserted using tight tolerance hydraulic press fitting to eliminate internal voids. Prior to field installation, prototype bearings must pass code-mandated qualification testing protocols, including combined compression shear cycling, multi-directional loading, and accelerated aging evaluations. Code compliance requires bearings to withstand at least 3 full dynamic load cycles at the maximum design displacement without property degradation exceeding allowable design tolerance. Diagnostic metrics, seismic isolation techniques. Evaluating seismic isolation hardware highlights the technical advantages of LRBs over alternative isolator types. Lead rubber bearings achieve high energy dissipation via lead plastic yielding, rely on elastomeric strain recovery for restoring forces, and exhibit high long-term material stability. High damping rubber bearing (HDRB) provide moderate damping to specialized polymer compounds, but their properties are more susceptible to environmental degradation over time. Friction pendulum systems offer high sliding friction damping and pendulum-driven restoring forces with high displacement capacities, but they exhibit variability in friction coefficients due to surface wear. Non-isolating part bearings accommodate surface rotations only, transmitting unmitigated seismic forces directly into the substructure. The benchmark in seismic resilience In summary, lead rubber bearings represent an integrated structural solution that combines the low lateral stiffness of elastomeric layers with the energy dissipation of a yielding lead core. Field performance across high seismicity region, including New Zealand, Japan, Chile, and the United States, demonstrates that LRB isolated structures consistently survive major earthquake with minimal damage. By shifting structural performance to a displacement control domain, LRBs maintain post-earthquake operational continuity, safeguard human life, and lower life cycle repair cost in mission critical infrastructure.